What makes this hub so special and different? I'm going to show you. All right, welcome back to the channel. If you've watched my channel before, you know I've done a ton of reviews of different hubs that work great with MacBooks. This is the style of hub that has, no cabling. It's got the two connectors right here that are USB-C. It connects directly into the side of the MacBook, those two ports there, and it has a whole bunch of ports on the side of it, which I'll get into. What makes this special is number one, obviously that's a little bit different type of connection instead of having kind of a cable that comes out and you connect it in. That's number one, but that's not what I mean. So, couple different things. First of all, let me just tell you the name of this. So I started doing some research, and this company is called Lionwei, L-I-O-N-W-E-I. Never heard of them before, but I started doing a lot of research. And first of all, this is not going to be a review of this because I haven't had it long enough. But what it is just, I want to show you two special things on this thing, and you'll kind of stay for the final one because it's very intriguing for the cost. And I'm going to give you kind of some hints here. But long story short, it's a really cool hub. So I went ahead and I looked at Google just to see what is this company, Lionwei, and I did some searching. I'll have some screenshots here. But if you look at stuff, it's like, 4.5 out of 5. Let me just see here. As you go down the reviews, 4.6 out of 5, 8.9 out of 10. A lot of people tend to like this device. So not only this device, but any of the hubs made by this company. So it got me intrigued, right? So I purchased it. I went out and got it. And there's a couple things on this thing that make it super unique. And I'll have screenshots of this up close. Here's the box, obviously. You can see it there. It's just a very simple box. Lionwei, it's kind of crazy. 7-in-1 hub. Now, end of the day, it's got some cool features on it. Now, number one is the cost. Right now, I'll have a link to it in Amazon if you want to try to pick it up. Obviously, it's up to you or not, but it's, give it a shot. It's basically going to be about 30 bucks, 31 bucks right now. I think it's like 10 bucks off or something. It's on sale. But why? That's number one, because why is it so special for that cost is the question. That cost gives you something that most other hubs do not. So let's just take a look at the ports and then I'll get to the second one here. So what it does have is it has an HDMI on the end of it here, and that's going to be good for, let me just see here. It says 4K at 30 hertz and 3840 times 2160 resolution. So not bad if you have HDMI connecting into a MacBook or something like that. It's also going to have next to it a USB-C cable. Now it does say different data transfer speeds. Online here it does say up to 5 gigabits per second. So that's a USB-C data connection, which is unique in itself on a cheap hub for 30 bucks, right? Usually they're only type A. Then you get an SD card reader. Supports SD and SDHC 3.0. It's 104 megabits per second. So not the fastest on those, but you do get the standard SD card and you also get the smaller one or the micro one. So you get the micro SD, supports TF and micro cards, and also SDHC 104 megabytes per second as well. So pretty fast, as far as cards are concerned, but you're not going to get the total speed there. Then it comes with two 5 gigabit per second USB 3.0 ports. Again, pretty standard, right? Nothing special there as well. At the end of the day, though, what makes this super, valuable for the cost is going to be, it includes a Thunderbolt 3 port. So Thunderbolt 3 port on a hub that's around 30 bucks. You can see it here, and what it says basically is it says it's going to have a Mac. You can charge and do data with that port, and the charging's up to 100 watts, it says. Again, I'm obviously have a MacBook Air over here, and this is an M1 MacBook Air, and it doesn't need that much power to charge, but works perfectly fine with mine. I've passed through power on it just fine. And then data as well. It says up to 40 gigabits per second on the data transfer of that port. So Thunderbolt 3, I connected it. I connect external drives to it and various different peripherals and things like that, and everything works perfect so far for me. This also says video output now through that Thunderbolt 3 port can be 4K at 60 hertz. So I've even read online, there's a comment coming from the manufacturer. It says it can go up to 5K at 60 hertz. Now, I don't know, that's debatable. Maybe it's 5K at 30 hertz, maybe it's just the 4K at 60 hertz. But that's what they're saying if you go ahead and read some of the comments. And some of the comments on the actual page on Amazon, which I'm going to link to obviously for everybody, they're all positive. They're just incredibly positive. If you just kind of scroll down, sometimes you'll see some bad ones here and there, but not on this. They're all very cool adapter, excellent, works perfectly, fits my MacBook, all that kind of stuff. So you got to make sure that it fits this type of connection. Obviously, that's number one, because this is kind of the two little ports over here. I think on some of the newer 14 and 16 inch, this may not be working good. But at the end of the day, for the cost, You get the video output. You can do charge and data through that Thunderbolt port, so that's incredible in itself. It's also got the additional USB-C port. Think about that. So you got really two of them. So two USB-Cs are in a Thunderbolt 3 and a USB-C. The two USB-As, and then the micro and macro card for the SD, and then also the HDMI port. All in a package for 30 bucks. You tell me what you think. Is that a good deal or not? So again, I'm not trying to sell this at anyone. I mean, obviously I have a link. It does help the channel. But I always recommend trying things out. You can return them very easily. But it's just something that opened my eyes because I was looking, I'm like, man, how can they offer those, especially not only one port USB-C, but two in the Thunderbolt 3 for that cost. Good reviews so far is working good for me. So let me know what you think. Is that a good deal or not? Is it something that you would pick up in the future, or is it something that you don't think is the best deal right now? There's a better deal out there. And if you do find better deals, send them my way just so I can go ahead and review them. I'll do more of thorough reviews when I get stuff, and I'll maybe add this to a more of a thorough review later. But like I said, right now I'm just telling you it's out there. I want more people to kind of test it out. Is it too good to be true? Sometimes these things are. For me though, nothing is bad. I mean, you plug it in, the light turns on perfectly. It's always, pass data or pass power. So far, so good. I've only had it for a little while though, but I'll let you know how it goes if anything goes wrong in the future. Check them out though, LIONWEI, link in the description. Later.